Crime vitiates everything. What does crime mean? Crime means an act which violates a law, divine or human, an act which violates a rule of moral duty, an offense against the laws of right prescribed by God or man, or against any rule of duty plainly implied in those laws. A crime may consist in omission or neglect, as well as commission or positive transgression. The commander of a fortress who suffers the enemy to take possession by neglect is as really criminal as one who voluntarily opens the gate without resistance. That's from the American Dictionary of the English Language, 1828. Crime also means a positive or negative act in violation of a penal law, an offense against the state or United States. A crime may be defined to be an act done in violation of those duties which an individual owes to the community, and for the breach of which the law has provided that the offender shall make satisfaction to the public. A crime or public offense is an act committed or omitted in violation of a law forbidding or commanding it, and to which is annexed, upon conviction, either or a combination of the following punishments: 1. Death, 2. Imprisonment, 3. Fine, 4. Removal from office, or 5. Disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit. That's from Black's Law, 5th edition. Taking a closer look. Duty means that which a person owes to another, that which a person is bound by any natural, moral, or legal obligation to pay, do, or perform. Neglect means to leave behind or permit to remain, to omit by carelessness or design, to forbear, to do. Slight, omission of attention or civilities. Negligence, habitual want of regard. Omission means neglect or failure to do something which a person had power to do, or which duty required to be done. Violate means to injure, to hurt, to break, to infringe, to transgress, to treat with irreverence. Public offense means an act or omission forbidden by law and punishable by law provided. Term used to describe a crime as distinguished from an infringement of private rights. A public offense, the commission of which authorizes private person to arrest another, includes misdemeanors. That's from the American Dictionary of the English Language, 1828, or either from Black's Law, 5th edition. What is law? That which is laid down, ordained, or established. Law, in its generic sense, is a body of rules of action or conduct prescribed by controlling authority and having binding legal force. That's from Black's Law, 5th edition. The use of the law is to secure the property of what we enjoy. Law is the rule and bond of men's actions. That's from Giles Jacob Dictionary, 1729. The law is a system of rules that a society or government develops in order to deal with crime, business agreements, and social relationships. That's from Collins Dictionary. Statutes means permanent rules made by a body or institution for the government of its internal affairs. That's from Collins Dictionary. What are maxims of law? A maxim is a principle of law universally admitted as being a correct statement of law or as agreeable to reason. That's from Black's Law, 5th edition. It also means an established principle or proposition, a principle generally received or admitted as true. That's from the American Dictionary of the English Language, 1828. Maxims of law are the foundations of it, that is, the foundation of law, or certain rules or positions which are conclusions of reason and ought not at any time to be impeached. They are principles and authorities and part of the general custom or common law of the land. That's from a New Law Dictionary by Giles Jacob, 1729. Maxims of law regarding truth. Maxim 101c. The law never suffers anything contrary to truth. Suffer here means to endure, support, or sustain. 101e. Suppression of the truth is equivalent to the expression or suggestion of what is false. 101i. Fact in pleading is circumstance, act, event, or incident, while truth is legal principle which declares or governs facts in their operation and effect. 101k. Truth is lost by excessive altercation. 101m. Truth is the mother of justice. Maxims of law regarding legal form. Maxim 46b says, legal form is essential form. 46c says, where form is not observed, a nullity of the act is inferred or follows. 46d. Where the law prescribes a form, the non-observance of it is fatal to the proceeding and the whole becomes a nullity. These are from Maxims of Law by Charles Wiseman. Form means the model of an instrument or legal proceeding containing the substance and the principal terms to be used in accordance with the laws, or it is the act of pursuing in legal proceedings and in the construction of legal instruments, the order required by law. That's 1856 Bouvier's Law Dictionary. Maxim of law regarding crime. 26.0. Crime vitiates everything which springs from it. Maxims of Law by Charles Wiseman. Vitiate means to impair, to make void or voidable, to cause to fail of force or effect, to destroy or annul, either entirely or in part, the legal efficacy and binding force of an act or instrument. That's from Black's Law, 5th edition. How many laws have to be violated for the act or acts to be considered a crime? 1. Remember, crime is an act, singular, that violates a law, singular. When crime is revealed through laws violated, maxims reveal. 62b. A repugnant act cannot be brought into being, cannot be made effectual. 62c. Things invalid from the beginning cannot be made valid by subsequent act. 62d. Void things are as no things. 62l. Time cannot render valid an act void in its origin. 62o. Things grounded upon an ill and void beginning cannot have a valid or good perfection. These are Maxims of Law by Charles Wiseman. Violated laws equal form not observed. 7a. When the form is not observed, it is inferred that the act is annulled. Annul means to reduce to nothing, annihilate, obliterate, to make void or of no effect, to nullify. That's Black's Law, 5th edition. Null means not, of no validity or effect, usually coupled with the word void as null and void. Null and void means that which binds no one or is incapable of giving rise to any rights or obligations under any circumstances, or that which is of no effect. That's from Black's Law, 5th edition. Nullity means nothing, no proceeding, an act or proceeding in a cause which the opposite party may treat as though it had not taken place or which has absolutely no legal force or effect. That's from Black's Law, 5th edition. Putting it together. The people of each state established, and that E word on your screen, laws which all elected officials, by their oaths of office, are bound to uphold. So if these laws were violated, which means to injure, to hurt, to break, to infringe, to transgress, to treat with irreverence, or if these laws were neglected, which means to omit by carelessness or design, to forbear to do, and the legislatures and other elected officials were notified of these issues, they have a duty, which means that which a person owes to another, that which a person is bound by any natural, moral, or legal obligation to pay, do, or perform, to the people to bring remedy. If remedy is not brought to the satisfaction of the people, the legislatures or other elected officials are committing a crime themselves by omission and neglect to act. The power of the people. So the good people of Arizona, your Constitution says, all political power is inherent in the people, and governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. That's you, and are established to protect and maintain individual rights. Those are your rights. The good people of Colorado, your Constitution says, all political power is vested in and derived from the people. All government of right originates from the people, that's you, and is founded upon their will only, that's you, and is instituted solely for the good of the whole. The good people of Georgia, your Constitution says, all government of right originates with the people, that's you, is founded upon their will only, and is instituted solely for the good of the whole. Public officers are the trustees and servants of the people. That means they're your servants and are at all times amenable to them. The good people of Pennsylvania, your Constitution says, all power is inherent in the people, that's you, and all free governments are founded on their authority and instituted for their peace, safety, and happiness. That means your authority and your peace, safety, and happiness. For the advancement of these ends, they have at all times an inalienable and indefeasible right to alter, reform, or abolish their government in such manner as they may think proper. For the good people of Wisconsin, your Constitution says, all people are born equally free and independent and have certain inherent rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. To secure these rights, governments are instituted deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That means you. They get their rights from you. You give them permission. You grant them authority. These rights also apply to the people of all the other states as well. The remedy. The legislatures have a bound duty by oath to uphold the laws of their state and federal constitutions. We, the people, have a right to have our votes counted accurately and to have lawful, accurate, and that E word on your screen. If electors were certified based on incorrect, illegitimate information, which means that which is contrary to law, that certification becomes void, a nullity. Legislatures then would have a duty to announce the nullity of the certification of electors where crimes have been uncovered and recall the electors. Not to do so would be committing a crime themselves through omission and neglect according to the definition of crime. Joseph Story said, they, meaning Congress, must be presumed to be watchful of the interest, alive to the sympathies, and ready to redress the grievances of the people. Luther Martin said, a knowledge of mankind and of legislative affairs cannot be presumed to belong in a higher degree to the judges than to the legislature. Luther was a Constitutional Convention delegate. Thank you for listening to this presentation. Please forward this video to others to help educate the people. Thank you.